primetime Poulton, keep it entertaining. You already know when outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyeard Shift, Sea Dogs, Fighting Wolf, US Assassin, doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not fronting. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is primetime Poulton. This is primetime Poulton. Let's go. It's all about the boom. TMC, baby. It's all about the boom. Cowboy Phil, baby. It's Cowboy Phil. Hit him with the body slam, elbow drop. TMC, Cowboy Phil, lay pot guys. What you see in the ring are two monsters. Energy of a king and of a rock star. Yeah, drop kick, probably make your heart stop. You ain't ready, super scary, and they staying on top. Hit a ding ding, better watch yourself. It's TMC and Cowboy Phil. Lay pot guys, yeah, they the real deal. It's TMC and Cowboy Phil. 2 times a week, you can't compete. They body slam you down, now you taste the beat. The champions, they legendary, nobody like them. Coming for the belt, yeah, they coming for the title. Hey, it's all about the boom. TMC, baby. TMC, baby. Yeah. It's all about the boom. Cowboy Phil, baby. Let's go. Cowboy Phil, baby. Hey, 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 yeah, let's go.
What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. You're not on the wrong channel. This is sort of LaPod Gods, but we got replacing Cowboy Phil. It's a good thing we had a match to see who made it into the LaPod Gods dojo, because I needed a second man, and I got OC Steve with me. Steve, what's up?
Your LaPod Gods dojo young boy is filling in for Cowboy Phil. Hopefully, maybe we'll talk a little incy bints of my neck of the woods, which is New Japan, but I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and joining me, my US Assassin co-creator, Mike McMahon. Mike, we're closing out US Assassin today.
It's exciting. It's been doing really well last couple of days. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. Our first hardcover. It's going to be awesome. But not our last hardcover.
That's right.
So
us.
I am like completely running late. I didn't even tweet that we were going live, guys. I mean, maybe a couple hours ago I did. So if either of you can tweet it out that we're closing out US Assassin tonight, I'd appreciate it.
Already ahead of the game, Dojo Master.
Well, all right then.
You're already making us look smart, Steve. For
you made the right choice.
We're gonna, you know what? First, we're going to talk about US Assassin. Then we're going to talk about your big victory over that traitor Leandro.
It wasn't him; it was a clone.
Yeah. If you're going to come up with an excuse, don't copy the previous season's storyline.
That's just bad writing, bad creative.
Yeah. Yep. So US Assassin Ultimate Edition, 8 hours left, Mike.
I know.
And we're over $12,000. We're a little less than 3,000 away from unlocking the Joe Sontag print for all backers. It would be great.
It's worth it, so we need to get it up there, you guys. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've been tweeting it. I think it's Joe's best work, and I've seen Reaper Destroyer, which is fantastic. Joe's just killing it on Indiegogo, so very thankful to have him part of the campaign. But this is, well, until Volume 4, this is your best work, Mike.
Oh, thanks.
Let's talk about this cover. My favorite G.I. Joe artist, Ron Wagner. He drew this cover. He homaged himself, but you have ties to Ron Wagner.
Yes, I do. In 1997, I lived on the outskirts of Chicago, and through a guy who was my inker at the time, got me in contact with Ron because he was taking lessons from him as well. And for that year that I was up there, I would go up there on, I want to say it was like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'd go up there, and man, his house was amazing. He lives in, I think, Des Moines now, but his house was amazing. It was, it was the 90s, so there's G.I. Joe toys everywhere. And he's like, yeah, one of the perks of working on G.I. Joe is if you need reference, they don't send you guide sheets. They send you the toy. And I was like, oh, wow.
That doesn't suck.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. And, he was great. And so when the book started going into more of a G.I. Joe direction, Mark hit me up one day. He's like, I've got a surprise for you. And I was like, shit, I'm getting fired. Oh man, this is gonna suck. And then he's like, I got Ron Wagner to do one of our covers. I was like, oh, fun. And then he's like, and here's the extra bit. You're gonna ink it. I was like, oh, I was like one of those cartoon characters with the big teardrop right here. Like, oh, no pressure.
Well, I think it turned out great. I think
Yeah.
it's better than the cover he was homaging, especially with those Anthony George colors.
Oh man, Anthony George saved my ass. He made this look. $1 million. Anthony George is worth every penny.
We have to keep him.
Yes.
This was volume 3 was the first time he colored USAssassin. We got to keep him on board for I think every volume going forward.
Yeah, I have enjoyed his colors forever, and was thrilled when on the first supplemental book for Graveyeard Shift he colored me. Right? Was that him?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I just been waiting for him to have an opening in his schedule, and Mark was like, "You're doing this."
So this is the cover to the hardbound edition, but we also have a softbound edition with an incredible cover by Eric Nienotowski. Eric does the book Shadow Sentry, which I'm writing an upcoming hopscotch story for.
Nice.
But Eric's fantastic. This cover is so awesome. So awesome that I made it available as a 20 by 30 inch poster too. So if you don't want the book, but you love the image, get the poster, hang it on your wall.
That's right. That's fabulous. Yeah, between Eric and Chris Graves, those if I die suddenly tragically, those two guys have my vote for carrying on USAssassin. So,
well, hopefully it never comes to that, Mike.
There we go.
But here's some interior pages featuring Arctic Mercenary. So OC Steve, control your narrative. EC3's wrestling promotion just announced a 24-city tour. Flip Gordon is part of this. Do you think this is why Flip Gordon shut down his store?
I don't think that EC3 would be that crazy about it, man, because I know that he still has his pro wrestling store. So I don't think I know that EC3 was there in NXT. He had a cup of coffee, obviously, with the E, and he was very disenfranchised with the way how they portrayed him as kind of like this party boy. Mm-hmm. That's when he got free and released. He did the whole control your narrative. That's why Braun Strowman is a part of it. I just don't see him going, hey, Flip, you're going to have your store. I think he's definitely going the NXT route, and they're just letting him keep his contractual obligations before that happens.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see how it played out. I think they're coming to Philadelphia. I think I'm actually going to check out the show when they come in, I want to say November. It's
going to be like a unique experience just from what they're planning with their plan of intent, what they want to do with this promotion, and it to be more kind of like the better version of that Raw Underground that we were supposed to have, not necessarily the go-go dancers or anything like that, but just more kind of smash mouth wrestling. Like you're going to get to the matches, you're going to get to that. It's more of the wrestling. It's more of the action. It's more of these intense spots with not so much the crazy WWE sports entertainment filler.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I tried to get some extra information from Flip, but he's not telling me anything. So, as far as Mike and I know, all things are staying the course. The Mercenary's still part of USAssassin.
Hope so. He's fun to draw.
Yeah, and these pages, these are some of my favorite. Just flipping the Arctic gear. Shades of G.I. Joe #2 with Snake Eyes on the cover. I love these. And then the interior pages to the main story.
Yeah.
Like Anthony George's colors on you are just
amazing.
So good. Yeah.
The addition of like the embers falling is just
mm-hmm.
And cool. I love the stealth bazooka dog, like the little Arctic stealth outfit.
Hey, we're planning out our future toy line.
Yeah, no, that really was like the inspiration. I just loved how the old X-Men toys had like, I don't know, Arctic Cable, Deep Sea Wolverines, silly stuff like that.
It's ridiculous. So, like who cares that Cable's in deep space? Like,
yeah, absolutely. So awesome double page spread by Mike. This is how we start off the book. So
yeah,
you're guaranteed action. That's not all we're offering with this campaign. We have a variant cover to Tyler Kirkham's Final Boss, which ties into USAssassin because Tyler was a big inspiration for you, Mike, at least with Volume 1.
Yeah, he had changed up his art style from more of like the Top Cow style by doing like ink wash and toning down the rendering a bit and using like a black wax pencil to kind of do some shading techniques. And I started off doing USAssassin. I think the first 10 pages are like that. And I was falling behind. So we unfortunately got some help and learned my lesson. And now I just do everything myself art-wise. So, but yeah, he's a big influence. He's a super nice guy. He was up in Philly when we went in 2011.
Did you buy some art from him?
Yeah. Ironically enough, I bought a cover that he drew for this guy I know, Mike Dolce, who has a book called The Sire. And The Sire is the first time in, I don't know, probably 15 years that I had been published. I did a pinup for him, and Greg Poulton of Black Owl inked it, and then Mike colored it, and he put it in the back of the volume 2 of The Sire. So it was I had to buy one of the covers, and I think Ben Jones bought the other one.
Oh wow!
Excuse me. But yeah, it's so it's weird how everything just kind of connects eventually, and yeah, he was amazing. He's a super nice guy.
So this cover is limited to 100 copies, signed by Tyler. I'll sign it as well. And interiors to the book, the Final Boss is awesome, man. One of the I think best looking books I've backed in a long time. Just Tyler's incredible. So very fortunate to have our own cover from him. And it's available as an add-on, $25, or you can get it just by itself. We also have an Ash Can to Volume 4 featuring Rowdy Roddy Piper, my all-time favorite wrestler, my hero growing up. And this is awesome. This is going to be cool for Steve because Steve's going to get him to see himself early in the comic book.
You should hit that refresh number.
Oh, okay.
Right
all right.
On that one specifically.
So let's do it. Here we go. Oh, there we go. One claimed. Awesome.
Sweet.
But it's been popular as an add-on.
I mean, you keep advertising it. Like, if you want to see yourself in the book, other than the sketch in the book, here you go.
Awesome, man. Thank you. So the 12-page Ash Can preview, you'll see some of the action that's going on. This is basically the rescue mission for Bazooka Dog. Roddy joins the team. He's also whipping the new recruits into shape. We have
Addie's disease.
We have the USAssassin Slam Buddy available as an add-on.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's a Black Owl Slam Buddy as well, which you can get the Black Owl campaign, which is still in demand. Not for much longer. Books were supposed to print this weekend. I'll have to check up with a 3D Zach, see how it's going. And then if you want to catch up on all my other books, you can get them as add-ons: Graveyeard Shift, Sea Dog, USAssassin, Viking Wolf. There's a Rivals retailer exclusive cover with Viking Wolf on it as well. These are already claimed, but the first 100 backers get the CGWF trading card number 2, the Assassin, Mike McMahon. So if awesome. if you haven't backed USAssassin yet, please consider it. Share the campaign with your friends. We close in 7 hours, so not much time left. And all the work's done, Mike. So
that's right.
Books going to print soon.
That's right. It's going to be awesome.
Right. So Steve, I touched on this a little earlier. You just won yourself a place as the very first member of the Pod Gods Dojo. How does it feel?
Well, I will let everybody recollect a little bit. Obviously, I was hanging out with the wrong kids on the side of the tracks, man. The crack pack was talking to me. I wasn't finding my way. I was just taking L's left and right under their tutelage. and just down in the gutter. And you know who found me and offered me a helping hand was the guy who found his way, the deathmatch king, the moral compass himself, extended a friendship hand to me. And Cowboy Phil gave me a pat on the back, got me clean, got me off that crack and back on the right path to winning and glory.
What a success story. So, I still, even though Leandro betrayed me, part of my heart still.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It's not healed. That wound is not mended. It has stitches in it.
But Cowboy Phil, he was team OC Steve all the way. And we're going to watch the match, but you even represented Phil on the back of your gi.
You know what? If I was going to do it, I was going to go all in. And I got to give Vince McSix, he got my chest hair right, man. All that lovely bear fur right on the front, got it perfect. My wife was loving it left and right. She was like, all right, that looks good. That's accurate.
So Corey Barton's, you're off the crack pack.
Yeah.
Man, Pod God's changing lives.
Yeah, get me clean, get me fresh. Not team clean. Moral compass clean.
Not Danny clean.
No. I just found my true north. That's the difference. A lot of people are thinking that you've gotten off the rails, but you found your way, and your way is a skyrocket into victory, man. Collecting those belts. Lie, cheat, steal, loyal, hustle, respect, whatever way you got to do
it. Whatever you got to do.
You got to sucker punch Malin while you're running out the door to grab that belt.
So I got to set the record straight. I sucker punched Malin in the sense that he's a sucker, and I punched him. He knew this punch was coming. He knew it was coming for 4 years.
Honestly, I just think John drank some bad wolf milk that night, and he gave you the belt. He took the L.
Corey thinks Danny is part of this. No way.
No. This was a personal decision. This was the moral compass seeing that I was taking L's. And none of the crack pack was building me up, raising me up.
What we did was for the past year, we made Leandro a star. He was just a guy in the chat, and now he's part of the CGWF roster. And how does he thank me?
Turns on
stabs me in the back. So I'm gonna make OC Steve a star now. And he's
Let's
already
be honest,
winning.
Mike was there to make sure that Leandro didn't lose. Or to lose in that matter. He was kind of his foil. Sean was there as a foil. The only one that was actually in it to win it and try to hurt you was Don Shin. And look what happened to him.
Oh man.
Zombie food. Mike was there. Mike was the inside guy. He was there to make sure that Leandro didn't make it past, that Sean didn't make it past. He was the gatekeeper holding them down to make sure that it was only between him and Shin. If it had to come to it. I know I'm talking a lot for you, Mike. So
I was briefly seduced into the ways of the Ronin, but I remembered that I am a ninja and I have honor and I owe everything to the moral compass, and he is my sensei.
All right, Steve, we're gonna relive this huge victory for you. You can give us the inside scoop, what you're thinking. I was impressed. You came here with a game plan.
Well, inside baseball, and I was surprised because that blindfold thing that happened, man. I wasn't ready for it. You could tell Leandro wasn't ready for it, but I was down to do it. I wasn't going to take no for an answer.
The hair gel king. Don't try to flatter me now, Don. It's too late for you.
Is a submission match.
Like for starters, Leandro doesn't even look like he's taking this serious.
No, he's coming out like Colt Cabana, man. He's just like acting like it's a party time. Like win, lose, or draw. Like he already thought that he had this in the bag.
He's coming out like Rocky from Rocky 3 and you're Clubber Lang. You're just going to decimate him.
Because I told you, man, even if I lost, I was going to win because I was going to inflict pain on him as a reminder for his backstabbing betrayal.
No. He's doing a little dancing in the ring. We got to see if he can samba his way to victory, man.
Yeah, he's just there. He's having a good time. He's not taking me as a threat.
No.
He saw those 2 L's before when I was rocking the Crack Pack Nation. Don Shin talking, delivering checks that his butt couldn't cash later on that night.
The joke's on Don Shin because now he's part of my deathmatch ministry.
Not true. We got
Yeah,
two.
he's a zombie minion. He could have been a dojo guy, but he chose to be a zombie minion.
He's my zombie jester because I'm the deathmatch king.
Someone
Yeah,
is
he can
getting
wear his
stressed
Princess
out.
Peach outfit that
They're gonna
night.
be blindfolded. I don't
And
even
every
know if
night
they're
till the
gonna
end
be
of
able to
eternity.
hit each other.
This is what we're calling.
There you
I
go.
mean, it's a submission match
Look at me,
too,
street and
so-
clean cut.
Amanda B wants Leandro to change that.
Still rocking those aviators.
Not comfortable with the spandex.
Very
Sorry,
reminiscent
doesn't have
of
to
Bret
give
Hart,
We-
a favorite of
if
both
he wins this,
Mark and
we'll
I.
work
Yeah.
on it, Amanda. We promise.
Wearing Team Phil on the back of his gi.
I got the tattoo right of the Lucha Bear on my back. The signature Steve iconography, if you will.
Yeah, Six is gonna have to update me. I got a tattoo now.
You got some ink done now.
Yeah, got an awesome tattoo.
Headband or blindfold.
Yep.
So
I went in full Daredevil on this. I didn't care.
OC Steve
I wasn't going to
really
give Leandro
headlocked.
any
Nice
excuse.
reversal. Must be
As
all
far
that
as I know, this
combat
may be the
training
first
from
blindfolded
Leandro,
submission
but
match.
he's really getting
ever.
worked
Ever.
over here.
Yeah.
Look at this blindfolded chain
And
wrestling.
that's the
Love it.
tutelage of the moral compass is that my
You come here
senses
for the
were
entertainment
heightened
sake of
now
the
because I was clean off the crack.
Someone is looking to
I could hear,
pitch
I could
OC
sense
Steve
things, I
with
could
the
feel
marry me, I'm single
the
sign.
literally Leandro coming at me with his squirreliness and his
Whoa.
little unitard.
What a nice head scissors.
He just honestly, he just wanted to get his crotch close to your face.
Yeah, and I wasn't
So,
having
as
it.
we know, Leandro not single as he came on our stream during his anniversary. So that is
Look at
some
that gut
kudos
wrench.
points back
Dang.
to
That's
Leandro.
core strength.
I look painful.
Who's Leandro married
Oh,
to?
stomping on the toes.
Yep.
He wishes.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, back
Suplex.
suplex. He went to Suplex City that night,
Really
and I was
taking it
blindfolded.
to Leandro, backing up my words
Yeah.
from last week.
Did you just rip out some of your own chest hair to show how
Yeah,
manly you
I
are?
was just going. I don't feel pain from Leandro. I will inflict my own pain.
Will not be denied from victory. It looks like.
Oh,
Carl, dude,
back elbow.
No
Oh,
cardboard
oh.
packaging for the slam buddy.
I gotta tell you, this Hurricane
I was
Rana
about
and the
to say,
unitard.
looking like Matt Murdock
Whew.
out there with that.
Well,
I'm
You
having
know, it's like getting a
flashbacks.
hurricanrana from like a toddler, so you know it didn't hurt that bad,
So,
did it?
Who looks the part right now? Who
No,
looks like
Danny
they could
would have
be
been in there
a
helping
member of the
Leandro.
podcast?
I didn't need help. I had strength,
The man who's got Team
experience,
Phil on his butt.
and the course of positivity from the moral
Gotta
compass
be
backing me in this
OCC.
match.
Oh, look at this!
man,
Oh, look
this
at that!
submission move
Torture
by
rack.
OC Steve.
Oh,
There's been a lot of torture
shades
on
of
that
Lex
team.
Luger,
These are
total
some
Yeah.
package.
like that, Cowboy Phil.
I'm gonna start
Not
calling
at
OC
all.
Steve the total
I think
package.
You're talking a submission match. OC Steve is putting
Look at
it in.
Leandro with that skullduggery trying to do these
Not
cheap
Jim
shots on my
Lozano,
head.
Leandro to grab a fistful of chest hair.
Oh,
Man, Corey,
Oh,
Corey, I don't want to give you spoilers, but
it doesn't go in his favor.
we're
In the
talking
immortal
about
words of
OCC's
Luke
victory.
Skywalker, this isn't going to go the way you want it to.
If Leandro had won, he would be
Yeah.
here right now.
yeah.
Oh.
Leandro with a big haymaker.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a haymaker. I'd say that's
I
a
was
sucker.
about to say,
That's a
the
shot. That's a
crowd is
dirty
That's a
shot.
sucker who tried to punch me. So
There
you
you
insert
go.
any narrative that you want there. See, not having it. I wasn't gonna win this match dirty. That's crack pack tactics. I was
That's
going to win
right.
it in the ring. I was going to prove a point. Danny might try to grab a chair. You know, the clean team might try to use their numbers, try to skew the match. Wasn't having it.
Boom.
The weakest 619 I've ever received. It felt
Somebody
like a
throw a
gust of
piece of
wind.
paper on me.
Yeah,
Oh.
a gust of wind in my face. It felt like a
Oh, look at that! And
toddler.
he just threw up everything he had that day. He's got no core strength to withstand frog splash.
Corey, this isn't a primetime ring, so there's no Vince McSix nonsense happening here.
Oh, the big elbow to that back.
All right, let's
nose.
get that straight.
Corey sounding salty. Breaking his back, making him humble. Probably because the
Yeah.
Barton brothers haven't won a match in a long time, if ever.
Well, you know, we got
Surprised with
trios
that.
coming. We got trios, and there's plenty of people in the primetime roster
Man,
Freebird rules
Oh.
that we can take on any oncomers when we win that belt.
Feel any better, Don? Kevin Smith did touch my butt.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
This is a
Little
cloverleaf?
Cloverleaf.
Oh.
Learn that from
Steve
the ace,
Goldberg's
Tanahashi
submission
himself.
Leandro's
Oh.
Yes.
I would have thought it was Dean Malenko, but
Now, Dean Malenko is the man of many holds, but the ace still holds it the greatest.
Match. You gotta submit your opponent.
oh.
Oh, shades.
Yet
of
again,
primetime
I just
Poulton
decided I
and,
needed a nap mid-match. You know,
He's really working over the neck.
These
area. He's going for
619s.
another
You notice it took like
619.
3.
So, like, this
Oh,
was
no, it looks like we
Leandro's
got
downfall.
some-
It's a
we got
submission
some
match,
blood here.
but he never went for any submission moves. He
got
went for
some
the
Right.
slip
color.
fly and
Steve is
flop
looking in a
stuff.
bad way.
We talked that he was tactical, combative, all this
Yeah,
other
but
stuff,
taking
but
too
he
much
didn't
time
get
up
the
top.
simplest idea that it was a submission match.
Oh my goodness.
Going for these sunset flips, all these
Leandro.
high-risk
I
Rey
mean, he's
Mysterio
focused
maneuvers.
On the neck of Steve.
Man, There Corey we just go. won't give it up. We might have to make an example of him, OC Steve.
You know what? If you need somebody in your corner, you and Phil can go to ringside and take care of business as a tag team, and I'll be there as the enforcer.
Pulls out of the submission move.
Oh,
Leandro just having his way with him. Leandro's
Just
showing
soft
us
little,
what
like,
to do.
little
this
soccer
is that
kicks.
combat training coming in, just
No?
a little too much for Steve.
Oh,
I had to make it look good. I had to make him feel like he was actually doing some level of
But
damage.
this is where the
I just needed his
injuries,
confidence just to skyrocket to the point where,
Just a
boom, I can
boom.
take advantage of it.
Do a comeback. Ooh, nice
Yeah.
kick.
knee to that
Big
knee.
old big boot Sheamus kick.
Oh, Boston Crab. Oh, it's like, no, you're not going out that easy.
Nope.
I'm gonna make you
I wanted
hurt.
it- I didn't want the match to end that quickly. I wanted to inflict pain.
He is wrestling with a blindfold.
Oh,
So, Steve, did you watch this? Did you hear some of Cowboy Phil's ideas for your new gimmick?
Hey, man, I am the Lucha Bear. I'm not doing no crazy Max Moon Chevalier night wearing stuff.
Maybe going. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
Not-
I'm like, I get I'm in the dojo, but I still got to have some direction. Me rocking a giant, like, wannabe night outfit, squire, maybe a little pony. I don't know. Phil was having a moment.
Maybe OC Steve playing Corey Barton. Barton Bros
all
could
right, here
teach.
we go.
Need to
Boston
teach OC
Crab.
Steve and Danny a lesson in the ring.
What is he not understanding in this concept?
I
I'm not
don't-
a part of that. I'm
Yeah.
a part of this.
Oh,
Oh,
Leg straight of Leandro.
no, Leandro. Steve was just giving it. Let him have false sense of security there.
Yeah, I was passing him. Shades of Ric Flair.
And these guys
That's
are giving
right.
us a show.
I mean,
I'm
I
sorry,
understand.
Corey. If you want to have matches, you have to go through my sensei first up top. He has to sanction all matches.
He needs to win some matches. LaPod gods, we don't mess with jobbers.
He's not on our radar.
Who's that?
You know, you want a Brooklyn brawler? Go hang out with
There we
D-Web.
go, playing possum again. OC Steve playing possums. Ooh, gut punch.
The same thing that took John Malin down. He
Oh.
learned-
Yeah, I'm good. You want your
Oh.
619?
Corey is confused.
What's OC Steve?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Clayton, come get your brother. He's drunk.
Yeah, I remember when I had my first beer or my first Foster's.
Oh man, he ain't gonna poop right
Nope,
for a
there
week.
you go. A little shades of Three Amigos backbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh,
Signature move, may I mind you, that I learned from the Deathmatch King.
Backbreakers.
No, it's the Deathmatch King, the moral compass, Corey.
He's been working over this back. He's been working.
Look,
in
right
this
there. When you
position,
put the knee in the
digging
small of the
in
back,
there.
it's all
Yep.
over.
Done.
Yep.
Good night. There's no rigging. There was no cleaning. He tapped out.
To the dojo, not making
Done.
a fool out of your boy, Cowboy.
the cream always rises to the top.
Let me tell you, man. Too cold to hold. Sky's the limit and space is the place. And OC Steve is a proud member of the Lapod Gods Dojo.
With some color as well.
Huge victory.
Big shout out.
Welcome to the
OC
team, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm humbled. Your laundry will be folded and pressed by tonight's show.
Leandro did show me something.
Don't forget to do your 1,000 Hindu squats.
He may
Hindu
have
squats,
another
my
shout
50
out to
push-ups,
Dojo, but
my 500 squats.
belongs to Steve.
We should rename Leandro's 619 to the 61.
Even
Bear-
bloodied.
The mid 19.
The mid 19.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh, Corey, give it up.
Dude, I don't know. Bad creative, bad writing. I'm not a part of that squad. I'm just not a part of
Yeah.
Crack Pack anymore. I got off the habit and found the right way, heading true north with the moral compass, Corey. You can find your way too, but if you go down this route and you aggravate the king, you will suffer at the hands of many other people like Cecil, John Malin, and Don Chin, and you will be in that dungeon amongst those zombies. So please keep pressing the issue, and he will make you famous.
The path, the way is violence. Violence
That's right.
solves all your problems. It solves my problems.
Violence is the way.
Sometimes it's just the only answer.
Now I'm draped in gold. I'm the most talked about star in the CGWF.
Stealing belts, collecting checks, and breaking necks. That's what the moral compass is doing, and fulfilling books on time. You're almost the Swiss clock of Comicsgate.
Thank you, O.C. Steve.
Draped in gold and drenched in the blood of his
You know what?
enemies.
They're always going to be envious at the guy on top.
Yep. What's funny is no one's even talking about the CGWF World Champion. Who even is the CGWF World Champion? I'm the play-by-play guy. I don't know who it is.
Oh.
Yawns.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It doesn't matter.
That's what happens when you're not a defending champion.
Because you're stealing the show every time with the primetime belt, man.
Yep. You guys want to talk a little Impact Wrestling?
Let's get it done.
Sure.
All right. This week's episode kicked off. Big match, 6-man match. Violent by Design. Eric Young, Joe Doring, and Diener versus Josh Alexander and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Ooh.
Alexander and the Machine Guns get the victory. Afterwards, Chris Sabin hands Josh Alexander his world title and kind of holds on to it a bit. He likes the way it feels in his hand. He wants to be world champion. So does Alex Shelley. So next week, Sabin and Shelley are going to have a match. Number 1 contender to see who gets to face Josh Alexander. Thoughts? Personally, I love this. I love the Machine Guns. And I loved when Chris Sabin had that short world title run.
Yeah.
I never understood that. Like when he was starting to get like all like uber cosmic-y and like talking in poetry, I'm like, no, this is not you.
Yeah.
You're Motor City Machine Gun.
You're a machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys, man, back when, TNA was at its height with AJ and Samoa Joe and all those guys, the Machine Guns were the best tag team. And you could tell each one of those guys easily could have great careers as singles opponents. And I hope we get to see the world title match. That would be amazing.
Corey just won't quit. Mike can't agree with this stuff against the Crack Pack, right?
I'm not talking about it. I just said I left it. That's it, man.
Mike, where do you stand with Crack Pack?
Oh, I was born in the Reagan era, or I was raised in the Reagan era, so just say no. Just say no. Crack is whack. Look what it did. Look what it did to Whitney. Come on, crack is whack.
Next up, a TNA original, Cowboy James Storm. He's back, and he was looking for Moose, but he ran into Steve Macklin, one of my favorites. And Moose and Macklin have a matchup. Steve Macklin gets the victory. Man, Steve Macklin is a guy who I think should be Impact World Champion, but Impact just can't seem to pull the trigger. They keep pushing him.
You just can't get him over. Like they're just not ready yet to get him over. Yeah. Like, what's there to worry about? He's solid in the ring. You're not really giving him too much to work with outside the ring. But other than that, I think he's sound, especially for Impact of all places. Like, put him in a title match.
When he had the pay-per-view victory over Jay White and Chris Sabin, and he wore the cool Punisher skull face mask paint, I was like, okay, this guy's ready. He's going to be he's your next world champion. And then the very next week, he loses on TV.
But that's Impact. Impact's going to impact.
Yeah, it's amazing how these people don't see what the fans see. Like the true fans know the fans are the ones that know who's going to be going places if given that opportunity. And these stiff suit guys, they need to get off their thumbs and start making some money, because they're leaving it on the table by not doing this kind of stuff.
And if you don't push the young blood and give them a chance to prove themselves, they're going to go elsewhere.
Yep.
And there's, elsewhere is called AEW.
Yep.
So hopefully this looks like another push for Macklin. Hopefully this is the one that pushes him across the finish line. Next up, we get Chelsea Green versus Mickie James. A lot of kisses between Chelsea Green and Mickie James. They're replaying the Trish Mickie storyline, it looks like.
Hey, you got to stick with what works.
Yeah, no complaints.
Sometimes you got to go to the well, you know.
We'll never complain. We'll never complain about Mickie James.
Chelsea Green gets the victory. Afterwards, Mickie James looks a little distraught, and she doesn't know what's next for her. So hinting at a possible retirement, but she'll eventually find her groove back.
Probably another country album.
Next up, we get Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie. They go to the undead realm, and they run into Havoc. But Havoc is all smiley, and I don't know. Now she's Jessica.
He's in his happy place.
Yeah. So who knows where this is? I like when they do this.
I just like that Rosemary is Rosemary. She's goofy, and somehow when you add, La Wera Loca to Rosemary, it just is one of those things. It just goes well. They just work with each other naturally. Like, it's a good kind of crazy person and a kind of crazier person, and it creates a good cocktail.
Oh, we got a special guest. Sean Ahrendt's in the house. What's up,
Oh,
Sean?
look at that.
All I heard was cock, and I'm like, I gotta go.
Hey. Easy, Kimasabi.
We're talking a little wrestling.
I'm out.
So-
Peace.
No,
This
he
isn't
kind of
90
saw
Boys
my
Band.
head and was like, "Ooh, that looks like a dick."
Corey Barton.
Hey, Corey.
There's something fishy going on here, and I know Danny is a part of it. In the background, reading the script, laughing. Give it up, Corey. Clayton, come get your brother, man.
He's all high off of Pixie Six, sitting there thinking Danny all day long.
Next up, Masha Slamovich. She defeats Tennille Dashwood.
That's Sean's new girlfriend.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Sean's girlfriend is Liv Morgan.
Oh, the blonde chick?
Sean passed up an opportunity to date her.
Yeah.
Sean's been going on the WWE website going, damn.
Damn. That's some good ass.
Dumbass.
Sean, are you pro or?
I'm crack pack all the way. Bow,
Yeah.
baby.
Maybe
fun.
Corey will stop now.
Yeah. You're represented, Corey. Calm down now.
Why? What's the beef, everybody? Let's talk more
Oh,
shit.
Steve left Crack Pack and joined La Pod Gods.
We got Leandro. We're good. Steve's an emotional terrorist. I'm taking a dump, and he's like, "Where are you at, Type 1?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm pushing."
I
Hold on.
tweeted you because you're like, we're gonna do it in best friends.
I didn't know. Look, I didn't find out about this till like a few hours ago. Mark's like, "We're doing it." I'm like, "All right." I had a previous phone call that got canceled, so I'm like, "I'll hop on," because Steve made me feel bad while I was dropping the kids off.
I
at the
didn't.
pool.
I politely reminded you on Twitter.
That's true.
Stop over exaggerating.
Never.
Bite your upper lip and give that turd hell, buddy.
Oh,
right.
I think I drew blood.
One more match for Impact. Honor No More takes on Bullet Club. Steve, so I have friends in Honor No More. I may have designed their new T-shirt, but Impact really makes Bullet Club look like some jobbers.
Well, in defense, as the representative of Bullet Club in this circumstance, let's be mindful that, when somebody's leaving and their contract's done in wrestling, they take a lot of L's.
Yeah.
And Gallows and Anderson's contract is slowly coming to the end of its time. Officially, as of this weekend, they're on a handshake agreement where they could leave whenever they want to go to another wrestling promotion.
Yeah. So, that being said, I love Ace Austin in Bullet Club.
Ace Austin could go write a contract at New Japan and rock the cruiserweight title for a couple years and earn himself some major cred in the wrestling community. He's being wasted on Impact right now.
I say he's the guy that replaces Jay White as the next leader of Bullet Club. I know you're Team El Phantasmo.
Oh, man, ELP is just a jerk. That's what's great about him. His Twitter game's strong. He harasses people, but the wrestling acumen, the skill in the ring, Ace Austin is one of those guys that could, if he just decided to leave Impact in the dust, go over to New Japan, he could have a couple years making money, collecting checks, going over to AEW, embarrassing them, and heading on back. I would be happy if he was the future leader of Bullet Club down the line.
Yeah. Phil Diaz in the house this Tuesday on Breaking Rad. It's CG.
Gotta say 3 times. 3 times to get him to show up.
CG Beach Blast. I don't know what it is. It's CG Vacation themed. CGWF.
Bash at the beach.
Yep. The comic creators are going to wrestle in their
skivvies?
Swimwear. Yeah. Cal Jameson versus Rob Willis. That's a match that's been
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know this wrestling stuff, but I know those guys need to fight. Thanks.
That might be a shoot match.
Also, well, I mean, the last 2 weeks, I think Rob's done 2 pages, so
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
I've seen the updates.
Yeah, I don't know.
then we for the women's world championship, Piper defends against Irene. Irene, people keep saying that this belt back here, this Fragtober belt, that I should unify it with her.
No.
Who has she ever beat? Who has she
reheard
ever
around the
beaten
world
in a death match? No one. That's
Well,
my belt.
I'll say that she did. She beat me for that belt and a couple other guys. So I'm glad she beat me because I would not want to face you. So.
And Phil Diaz, there's one more match. If you could remind the Deathmatch King, I would appreciate it. Nicholas Gear says WCW had the best pay-per-views. It was my favorite company. And Corey, I still remember when the Diaz Bros rigged that match. Oh, Corey's still salty about losing to the.
He's on this shame spiral, thinking like because I'm not with Crack Pack anymore, and my match against Leandro was rigged. What's going on?
Another big match. We got Michael Bancroft, former world champion, against Camel Moon. Camel Moon taking time out of his busy schedule, finishing
Playing
up
video
Kale
games.
Salad.
And not letting Rob play.
And guys, we have another guest. Chris Graves in the house. What's up,
Hell.
Chris?
What's up,
Hey,
bro?
what's up, fellas?
How's it going?
It's good, man. I heard Sean say something about cock, and I was like, I'm jumping in.
See, that's the magic word of the day, kids. Welcome to Mark's
There it
Playhouse.
is.
Cock, cock, cock.
The moral compass.
Yeah.
So Chris and I, we worked out this morning. I've been dead ever since. I took a nap, which is unheard of for me.
Yeah, gotta put the work in. I came home, did the same thing.
Chris, very popular with the chat.
Hey, fellas.
Why does Matt have all? I think he means me. Why do I have all these jacked artists on lock? I have Chris Graves. I have Matt Dalton. I wouldn't say I have Matt Dalton on lock.
I think you had Matt Dalton.
Matt
You had
Matt
Matt.
Dalton hasn't turned in a page in 7 months.
Oof. Shots fired.
Is he helping out Rob?
Ouch.
Holy shit.
Well, this has been fun. I'm at.
Stick the knife this way, turn it, and pull it out.
Fuck.
So we're almost at the well, not that quite top of the hour, but I think it's a great time to check out the USAssassin page again.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. There we go. Do the
I
old
like that
refresh.
double.
Still, we're at $12,037. 7 hours left. So far, we've unlocked the Chris Graves 6x9 print. I'm going to show it right now.
Which
Nice.
is awesome.
Oh,
It's right
thank
there.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that's the piece that when I saw that piece, I was like, all right, if I die, Chris gets the gig. And
You
if
gotta
Chris
stop-
dies,
You gotta stop
if-
talking
if
that way,
Chris,
Mike.
You're
if
right.
Chris
No
dies,
negative
then
juju.
Eric gets it.
Yeah, let's not put that in ether, man. Nah,
Well, I
that's-
plan on living a long time.
I hear you. Nah, that's crazy shoes to fill. I wouldn't want that gig, brother.
Oh, come on.
But all the backers are going to get this print. The book, 80 pages, incredible action, beautiful artwork by Mike McMahon. There's an art gallery featuring the work of, that Chris's print will be in there. The Joe Sontag print that we're trying to unlock now, that's going to be in the book, regardless whether it's unlocked or not as a print.
That's badass too.
Matt Martin's cover, Eric Weathers' cover, some pinups by Renzo, just tons of great artwork in it. 64 pages of story, and then some awesome artwork. So
This is some of Mike's best work, sequentially and just
Thank you.
art-wise. Your storytelling is just every page, panel, yada yada yada. You're just fucking jumping, level up like a gangster.
something
Not
positive finally from Corey.
Well, I can bring the positive out of people sometimes, but I got to say, not only has this been the most fun I've ever had drawing comics, and my absolute favorite co-creator. When Mark said, "Oh yeah, Volume 3 is going to have Graveyeard Shift," which I bequeath the number 1 fan position to Sean. I am number 2, and I was
And he's a doctor.
that just fired me up. It just fired me up to try to do my very best, because I love Graveyeard Shift. I love drawing Mick the Monster Mayhe, who's my absolute favorite character from that book, and it's just I'm loving the additions to the team that we're putting on, and it's just I put a lot of pressure on myself because Volume 3 I feel was so great. I need to up the ante for Volume 4, so hopefully you guys will agree.
And me coming in fan wise, man, like obviously it was the Graveyeard Shift stuff that brought me in and the draw in on that. But when you get sometimes these crossover books, it's like one team's held to another accountability, and usually there's like you're pulling for one, and it was just a fun ride. Like both teams looked toyetic as hell. Like you could get action figures out of that.
That would be awesome.
So Mike, how many pages into Volume 4 are you?
I'm working on a double page splash right now, and I want to say about 14. As is well known, I've had a bit of a rough year, so I've fallen behind, which is one of the many reasons why Volume 4 isn't coming out this year. But I've been buckling back down. Life's gotten back to normal, or actually better than normal, and I'm firing on all cylinders. So shouldn't be.
Well, you got to take care of you first, man. So
you got to
get that dialed in, and then you can do your thing for sure.
Yeah, it was a necessary break I needed. So had to put some ducks in a row and get some priorities in place. So
nice.
Yep.
Hail, Mike.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's what matters first, man. All that stuff. These books will come, and as long as they, you handle your stuff so you can be focused and ready to go, that's what matters the most.
Absolutely.
You can't let one slip and let the other one win. So you got to have everything in balance, dude.
And it's been great because we have, I feel, some of the best fans ever. I mean, people drawing, USAssassin all the time. We got one of our Twitter guys, Bat on My Face, has been making figures of all the different variations of USAssassin and the team. He just did it because he loves the book so much, and it's a real thrill to see people get excited about this awesome book that Mark and I are doing. So
yeah, he even came to I did an appearance on Free Comic Book Day. He showed up and he had little mini figures for me, and I think he mailed you some figures as well.
Yeah, he mailed me them. It was awesome.
Oh, Corey, why is the gun smoke pink?
There he goes, kids. Corey's gonna Corey. What can we say?
I mean,
that's awesome, Corey.
Why are all things all negative?
Yeah. The thing about Corey is, like, I sit back in the chat and watch. He's very quiet when he's on stream.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But when he's in the chat, he's nonstop.
Yeah, he's a terrorist as well.
Man, I absolutely love the pink gun smoke. It's because that end of the barrel is fiery hot.
Yeah.
It's cooling off in the middle of the Arctic. It's an adjustment of climate temperature meets gun smoke heat.
See, that's what.
Yeah, he
another
gets it.
reason why we have OCC
Corey
here.
doesn't question the
You know
dog
what?
with
I
a
don't
giant
expect Corey to
bazooka coming out of
understand
its
that
back.
because he's never been in the middle of a fire zone in the Arctic. But maybe Mark has experienced that in other lives and in other platforms.
Corey says he's a keyboard warrior. But yeah, he doesn't question the dog with the cyborg eye and the bazooka coming out of his back, but he questions the color of the gun smoke.
Or the dog transforming into a Gatling gun.
No.
Yeah, let's question physics with this book, please.
Yeah.
Speaking of the dog with the turning into the Gatling gun, this may be my favorite scene in any comic book I ever wrote.
Yeah, it's badass.
Oh, trust me, I have an homage to myself in the works for you.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Magical gunsmoke. If that lets you sleep at night, Corey, then yes.
It's toyetic gunsmoke.
Yeah, but
It's G.I. Joe, man. It's laser smoke.
So why isn't Corey asked about why is he glowing red? Is that going to be the next question?
Yeah. Don't you know what? It's comics, man. We're here to make stuff look cool, not lame.
Bazooka Dog makes more sense than the Pink Smoke. Also needs his own book. He did.
You need to
He
stop
had his
puffing pink smoke.
Bazooka Dog had a flip book with the Mercenary last campaign. So Bazooka Dog, I think, eventually will get more short stories and then hopefully collect it in his own book.
He needs to get out of the basement, the Barton basement, huffing that old comic print.
Clayton's got him trapped down there.
Yeah.
So
Color those pages.
USAssassin, there's 7 hours left. It closes at 3 a.m. It will go in demand, but probably not for long because like all the work's done. I just need my pre-press guy to put the book together, and we'll send it off to the printer, get the hardcover and the soft cover, and we have enough content now for the preview ash can. The Tyler Kirkham final boss variants are already here. The Slam Buddies are already here. So we're ready to go.
Cock locked and ready to rock.
There you go, man. It's going to be in your hand before you even know it. Then that's another campaign to add on to the Moral Compass accomplishment belt.
He's got a Chewbacca bandolier of accomplishments.
Like boom, boom, boom.
Speaking of other accomplishments, Blackout in demand right now. Not much longer. Supposed to print this weekend. I haven't heard from 3D Zach yet if we're good to go. But once he gives me the go ahead, we're closing down the store. I want to get this book out to backers. Beautiful artwork by Greg Poulton. This is Greg's cover. Chris actually did a cover for Volume 2.
Yep.
And then Shelby Roberts cover. I don't think I have it. Chris, can you share your screen? And show it?
I'm on an iPad, so
it's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Yeah. we're good right now, and I think if I hit anything, I'm totally screwed.
All right, maybe I'll take a break and look for it in a little bit. I can find it somewhere. I think, like in a DM or something.
Sounds good.
But Blackout in demand, not much longer. Beautiful artwork by Greg, colored by Andrew Dahlhaus and Dexter Weeks. It's a reimagining of the public domain character from the Golden Age. Just some beautiful artwork by Greg.
Yeah, man.
So it's crazy. I've told the story before, but like Mike, Greg, John Malin, Sean, Anthony George, our colorist from Graveyeard Shift, we all knew each other for almost 20 years, guys, on the Rob Liefeld boards.
Close. Yeah, the Liefeld kids. Yeah, there's a lot of us.
Oh, Mike hopped out.
Yeah. Yep. You guys
He must have got that food.
I think somebody's trying to break in.
Oh, someone's trying to break into your house? Yeah, go check that out.
Wow. Sean comes back with like a Deadpool katana.
Wasn't there a babe in this book? Yeah, that's the babe right there. She's a Russian crime lord.
Corey likes half-shaved heads.
Now Corey's excited.
Now we had his interest, but now we've caught his attention.
My favorite part about this book are the flashback scenes. I just think it's a really cool way to honor the Golden Age. And we brought in a guest artist for the flashback scenes, Bill Douglas, one of Greg Paulson's friends. The coloring on these pages are awesome. So shout out to Andrew Dollhouse and Dexter Weeks. It really, I don't know, transports you in time to that golden age.
Yeah, man.
And then there's a black and white edition of the book available as well. Got to use that awesome Shelby Robertson cover again. But Greg's inks are so awesome. He has such a clean, smooth lines with his artwork. These flashback scenes incredible. We also
I love this one, the whole Spider-Man No More kind of homage on that.
Oh yeah. No, this is my favorite page in the entire book. Yep, where he throws away the Black Owl costume. Yeah, in the script, I think I even said Spider-Man, this homaging the Spider-Man scene. But speaking of the script, you can get the script too. It has an awesome foil cover by S. Clark Hallbaker, artist of the Nomad series from Marvel in the 90s, which was one of my favorite books at the time. Incredible cover. And then we have the add-ons. We still have available $75. This is considered a sketch by Greg Poulton, 11 by 17. This is cover quality, at least to my standards. But Greg says, oh no, his covers are even better. This is pretty incredible though. 11 by 17, only $75. Go ahead, add another sketch to it. Just put Greg to work. Make him regret doing this. And then we have the Black Owl keychains and the Slam Buddies. So there's still some time. I'm going to share the link in the chat.
What made you come up with the Slam Buddy idea?
I'm just a big wrestling fan, and I wanted Slam Buddies.
Now the question is, Mark, will the Viking Wolf one be a furry Slam Buddy?
Oh, man. That'd be awesome.
They got to step the game up. That's the next level.
So definitely back Black Owl if you haven't. So Chris, what are you currently up to?
Right now I'm focusing on my own little project and commissions and all that fun stuff, and waiting for me and you to get going on something.
The Universals, yes, it's in a bit of a standstill right now as I'm waiting for Hugo. So that people that don't know the story for the Universals, this was a project John Malin and I did like almost 10 years ago for a studio in Mexico. Basically, we created this whole superhero universe for them. These characters have been used in a restaurant chain for the past decade. There's like life-size statues of these characters in Mexico. They're featured on the menu.
Viva la cartel!
Sean, they're not part of the cartel. But this work has never been published. They had plans to publish it, and then life happened. And I hit them up and asked them if they had any plans for this and that I was interested in publishing it. So they're giving me the rights to not only publish it, but take creative control of it and finish it up how I see fit. And yeah, so I got like 40 pages of unpublished John Malin artwork. There's still more story to tell, so I brought in my friend Chris Graves to help me with that.
Hell yeah!
But the original files are on a hard drive that they can't get off.
What?
Yes,
it's like it's some hard drive in like Tijuana.
They have possession of the hard drive.
Okay,
they can't
transfer it to send it to you.
They can't extract it, so they're having someone try to get it. So,
oh my god, you know what'd be great? Like a video documentary series of John Malin going from Michigan down to Mexico to attain the hard drive in promotion of this.
Sicario 3.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go down to Mexico. I'm obtaining this hard drive. Yo, Amo John.
Taco Bell.
So at this point, like every week I see Chris at the gym, and I'm like, they still haven't gotten these files off the hard drive yet.
But do you almost want to go to Mexico to take photos of the statues?
Oh, okay.
Oh, definitely.
As promotional stuff.
There's a restaurant the chain has crossed over to the U.S. There's one in Phoenix, Arizona, but I don't think they have the statues of the characters.
But
they
you
just
could
have
jack the menus.
Yeah.
So-
That's,
Well, Ollie was supposed to go there, right?
you said that before, yeah.
Well, he said that to us.
Yeah, I mean, I would pay him to like get me one
Send
of those
Shelby.
menus.
He'll do it for ramen.
Yeah.
Fucking road trip.
Yeah.
There you go, Shelby.
I know. I mean, if there's a con out in Phoenix, maybe that's a way that I get there just to get a menu.
Wait, did you mention that there's also Adelso Corona art? If you guys don't know who Adelso Corona is, you are missing out. Artistically, he's one of the baddest inkers, finishers, illustrators there is. You got the Rob Liefeld cover?
Yeah, so Nicholas Gears asked, do you have the Liefeld cover or is it on the drive? Yeah, the print quality one is on the drive. So
Oh, fuck.
everything is on the
This
drive.
is like Mission
all I have are
Impossible CG. Like,
Yeah.
you need to go get the hard drive, and Malin's got to be the Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, all I have are low res pictures of everything. So I don't have any print quality files. And like my big reason for wanting to do this is I wanted those 40 pages of unpublished Malin artwork. So
Oh yeah,
I don't want to. I don't
and
want to
it's
start
awesome
from.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen this. This is some awesome ass shit. We will be
Yeah.
missing out if we don't get this.
I don't want to start from scratch because then I would be out those 40 pages.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'd say that's kind of a selling point.
Yeah.
I might have something on. Please discuss among yourselves, guys. I'm going to see if I can find something to show from the universe.
So, Chris, the property that you shared out a few weeks ago, how's that going? Like, how did that come to be? Like, how long? Because I'm fucking stoked for that. That's just
Yeah, man. It's still kind of. I have Cal Jameson. He's helping me out, like, because I'm not a writer, obviously, but I do the art stuff, and so he's helping me get that squared away. And right now, I have like the first 15 pages. And, it's like a witch tale, and so it's I got the first 15 pages roughed out, and I'm hoping to have it ready to put out for next year. So.
fucking A. You see,
Yeah.
when we were doing the 10th book, we were talking about on Joe's show a few weeks ago, I was surprised you never saw the 10th because I got 10th vibes just from that sketch you showed.
Oh,
Dave
dude.
Broly monster, like Tony Danielisms. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is in sync with our type of shit. I was so hyped.
That's why when I saw your show, I seen the character and I was like, holy shit. Like, because that's kind of how I'm visualizing it. And, just crazy. Oh, that artwork's badass. Just crazy monster, big, with magic and shit all around. Like, that's how I see it visually. And Cal's kind of helping me get the words right, So it's
I'll look for Chris's Blackout cover next. But this is a cover John did for the Universals. Just all these awesome characters. Created a whole universe.
he fits all those people in there, and it's still clean.
Yeah.
But as you can tell, low res.
Little shades of godlike in the central.
Yeah, for
character a little
sure.
bit.
He stole from my people.
Cultural appropriation, Sean. I'm sorry. Lo siento, mi
That's
amigo.
okay. That's okay.
But yeah, lots of great Malin artwork in this project. Hopefully it will happen. Fingers crossed. I sent Hugo another message waiting to hear back from him. But it's just a case of trying to get these files off a hard drive. I would have hoped. Fingers crossed. I was hoping that there was just like a Google Drive or a Dropbox that these were available in.
Sounds like you're gonna have to do a convention in Mexico, Mark.
So I was supposed to a couple years ago, and they were going to take me to the restaurant that had all the statues, but it fell through.
And I can't find anything. What's the name of this restaurant so people can look this up?
Comic X. Corey could have had some more babes in it though. Corey's new book with that female character is awesome.
Yeah,
it looks
I
like
can't-
Corey's best work.
Yeah, his lines are killer in that, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna dip out again, and I'm gonna look for Chris's Black Owl piece.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So
look- to get back to Chris, like your art is like the shot in the arm that we've been needing again. Like when we got Rob Willis, everybody's like, "Oh my God, this guy's amazing! He's amazing!" And seeing you come onto the scene with this, it's just like fucking A. Like we're all really inspired by everything you're putting out. It's like,
Man, I truly appreciate that, man. It means a lot coming from you, man, because you're working with some demons. But yeah, like I'm kind of a Capullo fan, so and I say kind of a huge Capullo fan, but so like his Creech character, like that kind of inspired the big character that you saw in the artwork you're talking about. And then I don't know, I just wanted like a Spawny feel to it. Yeah, like I wanted to draw something that influenced me. So that's kind of where it's coming from.
And we're all doing that one way or another, like with all the different characters. Like, look, we're not all original. We're taking a little bit from this, a little bit from that, kind of splicing it up, and that's what makes it cool. Like our influences.
Fucking right, man. I do it unapologetically, man.
Facts.
I'm pulling shit that inspire me, that I love, and I want to put it into a story. So,
and you're bringing life into it again. That's the thing. That's when you pay an homage, as long as you're making it your own in your own way.
Oh, for sure.
It's just something that's original, but you're inspired by somebody, and it goes off on this whole different path that maybe they never would have gone with originally, with the intent of their own character, and maybe down the line with all that, then it's still its own thing.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
As long as you give them a little tip of the hat along the way, nobody's gonna freak out.
Yeah, man, and I just want to make it all energy and fun and in your face. So hopefully it turns out. How about you, man? How about your
Type 1's going good. Still waiting on pages from Dan. That's kind of setting me back, but that's okay. He's doing a tutorial video on one of the pages.
Okay.
So if you want to learn if somebody's interested to learn how to color, or you want to color from like one of the best there was from the beginning of this, that colored over Greg, colored over Angel Medina. Like, okay, Angel Medina doesn't get that much shout outs for his Spawner. His perspective, he draws wonky faces, but everything else is fucking fire.
Oh, dude, I couldn't agree more, man. For the people that complain about a wonky face or two, and everybody draws a wonky face or whatever, but this fucking guy's composition and perspective and the way he warps the buildings, it just he's so goddamn good, man. He's one of my favorites for sure.
Same. His detail, his noodling, like, and they're not bad looking faces, but it works because of his perspectives, his storytelling. So it's beautiful stuff. It works with the Greg Capullo stuff, but
it's like he took Capullo and just took it up a few notches. You know what I mean? Like, Capullo's clearly the master or whatever, but it's just he took that exaggeration up a couple notches, which is fun for Spawn.
Oh damn! I quit.
So here we go. This is Chris's Blackout 2 cover. I didn't even know this was in the works.
Yeah, so Greg, I put something out, and then Greg messaged me. He's like, "Yo, would you just do a piece?" And I said, "Yeah, we agreed to terms." And then so then I showed it to him, and then he said it might make a nice cover, and I'm like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Greg and I, we've been talking about issue 2 storylines for it, and Greg actually started drawing it. He's a couple pages in. So
nice. All right, I gotta get all artsy fartsy. Chris, what type of brushes do you use to ink?
All right, so this is all digital. So right now I'm using Procreate, and it's all the stock brushes.
Okay.
So nothing special as far as brushes go.
Oh, I love this.
Nicholas Gear says Relentless Tin Soldier 3 is going to have a Liefeld cover. That is awesome.
Very cool, man.
Yeah. I think we're going to show it off when he eventually gets it on Joe's Akaba show or on stuff. I don't know. One of those. I get confused.
Awesome.
This is phenomenal. I love the gesture. I love the detail. I love the cloud, the smoke. Dude,
we're going to get a black and white cover for this, right, Mark?
I hope so.
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't decided yet, but that would be
it's official.
Well, I don't know if it was Mark or Greg. I said the only thing I want to do is because I wasn't sure this was going to be a cover, and so I think I'm just going to redo it just to clean up some things. But it's pretty much the gist of it.
Or a back T-shirt logo. and then a little black owl on the front on the breast pocket, this would be solid shirt.
Shirts rock.
Yeah, but fantastic piece by Chris.
Hell yeah.
Thanks,
Can't
brother.
wait to publish it for Black Owl too. Black Owl, I think, has the best logo. I might be biased, but I think it has the best logo in comics. I know, Sean, you think Type 1 has the best logo, but
I think anything I do is the best, regardless if it is or not. So it's all.
You can't phase the Spanish blade.
Not one bit. It's the Mexican blade. That's who I am.
Lo siento, mi amigo.
Okay.
What he said.
Look, I got all of their powers and none of their weaknesses, so it's all good.
Except for the Type 1.
That's where I went wrong.
So you're like Blade's like sitting there like, I drink blood. He's like, I take insulin. So they're just kind of like, they shake hands and walk away.
Sugar-free blood.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
do you guys see any movies lately?
I watched one movie on Tubi that I gotta finish. It's about there's a pandemic, and the guy has to like kind of stay off to himself and give his blood to this people so they could do it, and he's got to get his chick back, but she turns out to be a zombie. It's fucking weird. I wasn't really paying attention. I was watching porn.
This could almost be a new thing. Like Sean describes a movie,
yeah.
and then Mark has to figure out what that movie is.
Oh, I watch a bunch of great shark movies. They're like great in the sense that they're bad, but the fact that there's like some cool jump scenes,
Like
that's
the
what makes
Meg?
it good. We love the Meg. I just rewatched that last week. I love the Meg.
I just like that Jason Statham's pissed in that movie the entire time.
He's pissed all the time.
Like he's never happy. It's
That's it. That's his thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
When he
Me
dies
and Mark
off the
had our
boat.
own personal screening.
Yeah,
the
big
Meg.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But you just went to the movie theater and watched it. You're like the only two in there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we were broing out.
I remember when I theater hopped when I went and saw Pootie Tang here in Orange County, and like
shit.
I was still like not 18 yet, and like the little usher walks in and goes, "We know you theater hopped, but yet at the same time nobody's watching this movie, so we don't care."
He just had to let you know.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, if that counts. I mean, it's not a movie, but I don't know.
Oh, I
It's in
thought
my
that was
book.
great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, man.
Oh, my son saw the Eddie Munson piece you did. That he loves it. That was
cool.
That was his favorite character from the season 4.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was a good scene.
He's pissed off that they spoilers they Eddie Munson won't be in season 5.
One of the few times that we got Metallica supporting something.
Yeah.
Really, I know. I said the same thing. I think he might be in season 5, man. I think they're going to bring him back.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be.
No Barb.
Yeah,
he would be thrilled. I saw the new Thor movie.
Oh.
I'm in the minority. I liked it. I thought it was funny.
I got, you know what? I went in with it because I've heard Sean enough that it's not Shakespeare. I was going in with it with an open mindset just to be entertained.
Yeah.
I get, you know, if you go in with it with this hate, like tunnel vision, and it doesn't look like gore, it doesn't follow the God Butcher storyline. They inserted Jane into it. It's like, who cares, dude? They've made 10 Fast and Furious films. This is just a popcorn film.
Hey, you watch your mouth when the FF comes. When we're talking about FF, that's sacred territory here.
But I'm saying it's like we
got
turn
that.
our brains off for
Anything
that.
bad. Yeah.
But we get like really geek mad when we go see a Thor film, and it's just entertainment.
Mm.
I think what
McMahon's
bothers
back.
me is they turn Thor into like it's almost like a comic relief. I don't know. It's not so much I don't like how any of the characters look or who's in it. I don't know if I like the feel of the way his character turned.
Like a bro.
I kind of like
Or
him being a
dumb, bro.
bro. I like him kind of being a little douchey.
Yeah.
He's a god amongst mortals.
True.
My one complaint with the movie was I thought Guardians of the Galaxy were going to be in it longer.
No.
But they're really just in it in the beginning.
As a Guardians fan, I knew that they were going to drop him
Sorry,
off, and he was gonna go and do his thing.
Yeah, but Mike, you haven't seen it. I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I took Chase to see it. He enjoyed it too. OC Steve's a fan, so
I
Mark like
have
Morbius.
hopes for it. I just I don't know. I'm a fan of, like, even though people shit on it, I like Thor 1 and 2 just because all the Asgard stuff is like pure Kirby.
Facts.
And Thor isn't he's Homer Simpson now. He's a buffoon.
Yes.
And he's not supposed he's not supposed to be a buffoon. I don't like that.
I agree with Mike.
Chris, you said something about Morbius?
I said, I don't know, Mark. Mark like Morbius.
I love Morbius.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good.
No, I'm just being a jerk off.
It's Morbin time.
Morbius was good, but it was 1,000% predictable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was more formulaic than any Marvel movie has ever been.
Well, who do you think he was going to fight? It was kind of like the Swamp Thing, like, kind of treatment. Like, he was going to fight somebody who had his equal powers.
Yeah, well, what they should have done is they should have done some, like, setting the stage for some Midnight Suns.
Now he's going to be a member of the Universal Interdimensional Sinister Six.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that tagged on ending, that was weak. I like the effects in it. The effects look really great, but man, that cameo was just the weakest, poorest way you could add somebody from something else. It just, I don't know.
Venom
vague.
was pretty bad in Spider-Man No Way Home. There was no point in him being there whatsoever.
Right.
Just to get people excited to go, ooh, Spider-Man and Venom. I'm hoping that Venom is in the Andrew Garfield universe. Spider-Man, that would be fun.
That's my favorite.
I think this is a good question for everybody because obviously we have San Diego Comic-Con coming next week. Marvel's coming there. I just wanted a roundtable discussion. What do you think they're going to drop announcement-wise?
There's rumors that they're naming who Cyclops is. They had a whole bunch of leaks. Shit, I forget what they are, but one of them was that who Cyclops is.
They had Namor, so they've already kind of let the cat out of the bag on that one.
Yeah, epic fail on that. They could have. Who cares if it's similar to Aquaman? That's who Namor is. Namor came first. You know, I don't know. Give me the gritty Jay Lee Namor. That's what I want.
Yeah, that was my favorite Namor ever when Jay Lee was drawing it.
You think with how good Batman did, how gritty and I guess like real world style, like they're going to start moving?
I hope not. I fell asleep during the new Batman movie.
I loved it. I thought I was so against Pattinson being Batman, but honestly, they won me over. Like it was, and it wasn't a hard fought win. It just I was happy to see him be a detective again. Yeah, finally on screen.
I guess the rumors of the Batman 2 is that potentially it's going to be Freeze.
That would be cool as long as they do it right.
Yeah.
If they did like an adaptation of Heart of Ice, that would be fantastic because that's one of the best Batman animated episodes next to Grey Ghost.
They should bring Arnold back.
No.
Freeze.
This is where we disagree.
Nah. Little dry sarcasm. Yeah. That was horrible.
Batman Forever is my favorite Batman movie.
What is wrong with you?
Wait. So, Mark, are you a proponent of that whole release the Schumacher cut?
Yeah, absolutely.
That had Bat in it and everything.
It's like I don't even know you.
It's fun. I admit Batman and Robin went a little too far.
A little
credit card.
but Batman
Nipples.
Forever, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, if you could find the story.
Man, I had the Batman Forever leather jacket too. I went to the Warner Brothers store.
Nice.
Had that awesome Batman Robin logo on the back.
Man, that horse died for nothing.
I still got the McDonald's
Jim Carrey,
cups. Yeah,
four of them?
forever. Yeah.
The Forever superhero meal that they had at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I think that's how I got diabetes.
Probably the early steps of my type 2. So
Nicholas here says, I enjoyed Batman, but still don't like Pattinson as Batman. And he says Heart of Ice would be great.
Yeah, it would.
it's just the easiest storyline that justifies how inadvertently he became Freeze.
Yep.
Without other than dealing with like a viral condition or anything like that.
Yeah. Don't stray from the source material. When you keep closer to the source material, that's when it works the best. When they try to like shoehorn other origins or different ways to do origins, it's like, no, you're losing the heart of what the character is. Don't just. That's why
producers can't help themselves, man.
The only thing that'll get me excited, Marvel movie-wise now, is Fantastic Four, and I am optimistic that they won't fuck it up, but I guarantee they will.
Mark in the chat says, to be fair, Batman Forever had a naked Nicole Kidman wearing only a bedsheet. So,
It does have that. Okay. All right.
So here's a question for you guys: the Ezra Miller Flash movie that has Michael Keaton as Batman, is that ever going to see the light of day?
Yeah.
They're going to reshoot the crap out of that, and a lot of people are in the camp that they're only going to use a portion of it, and then they're going to adapt using a new Flash because of the whole Flashpoint narrative, and kind of reboot that entire movie and reshoot it with a whole different Flash to the point that they could get rid of Ezra Miller, cut that part, and then do a whole different movie.
Yeah, they need to do that.
That would be great.
And hopefully they actually cast someone that is Barry Allen and not Wally West.
And that's normal and not like the Chupacabra of Hawaii running around scaring people.
And you got to think that finally Michael Keaton comes back to be the best Batman again, and it gets sabotaged by some twerp in a dress.
Hey, Mike, you're real staticky. Does everyone else hear that?
Yeah, I just tried to.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm on my phone, so that's probably why.
Nicholas Gear says Ezra needs to be dropped bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only thing you can do with this movie at this point to salvage what you've already filmed. And to save Michael Keaton in it is to make the Flashpoint movie that they have really in the can right now, condense it to a third of that other film, and then try to go, he does what he needs to do Flashpoint wise, but it resets the universe, and now we have, Wally West.
Yeah. Or have Professor Zoom come up behind him and shove his hand through his chest, and boom.
Little Kali Ma kills him, and now they need a new Flash, so they go to another dimension, they make that kid the Flash, and there you go. He wasn't going to be a Flash in that universe, but hey, we got the chemicals, we got the lightning bolt, you're going to get the Speed Force, kid.
Problem solved.
Yeah, I like it.
Like Michael Keaton finds him, goes, hey, they do the whole Arthurian, you're true of heart, you don't have powers, but you're the right person to have the powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for that. So I want to show off a book I got in the mail the other day. This is Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter.
Nice.
By Mandy and Peter Gilmore. The artwork in this is incredible.
He's leveled up. Yeah. He's fucking kicking ass.
He was saying with that other book that he did with Mandy that he was trying a different style. This is more true to his style.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think I said it before that I think this is like the nicest looking book in CG. Like,
holy hell!
The artwork's incredible, and I see this being a movie one day. I think Mandy may actually have worked with someone to try to adapt it into a screenplay, but yeah,
I wonder who that could be.
Oh, it's not me. But yeah, this is awesome. Mandy and I, we have a project coming out next year, though. But yeah, this book's incredible. I don't know if it's still in demand, but if it is, I say get it. So, OC Steve, can you wanted to talk a little about the G1?
Yes, my favorite time of year for wrestling. This is one of these weird. I get people get the WWE. You
coffee
get
break for Sean.
Coffee break for Sean. So I'll sweaty out for a minute, nerd wise. this is one of the penultimate wrestling events for outside of the WWE every year. You know, it's one of the longest events. It's more of an attrition contest for a professional wrestler because normally it's 2 blocks. There's about, 20-ish wrestlers. You wrestle about 9 times, and you have to compete and win in order to get that opportunity to go to their WrestleMania a lot of the time, which is the G1. This year, they added a total of 28 wrestlers, the most that they've ever had in the competition. There's so many that they can't just do 2 blocks. They've actually broken it up into 4 blocks, so the wrestlers actually wrestle less. So they only have to wrestle over a period of 6 weeks, 6 individual matches. They're still doing tag matches when they're not on their wrestling night. But it's just one of these tournaments where it's not entertainment. It's more the emphasis in wrestling where it's actually sports-based. Obviously, the outcomes are determined. That's
Right.
the kayfabe of wrestling. But you're seeing combinations. You're seeing wrestlers that normally would have no business with each other because they have to get all the singles competitors. So you get to see some spotlight matches from entertainers, and you get to see the skill set of some of these wrestlers that are normally not really given that rocket to get pushed over, that maybe win over the crowd in a G1 match, and it changes their career.
So they
That is
have a
cool.
whole bracket that's all big men, basically.
Yeah,
right?
the A block is known as the monster block. It's the super heavyweights, the guys.
Is that something they always do, or they just
No,
did it for this year?
This format is entirely new for the G1.
Yeah.
Where they call that kind of the monster block, where they picked all the guys that are over like 350 something pounds, or they're over a certain height weight. Like you have Jonah in there, who's a massive super heavyweight. You have Lance Archer in there, who's another just a tall beast of a guy. You have Bad Luck Fale, another big guy too, and Jeff Cobb in that block too, the former Olympian that actually wrestled for Guam. And that guy is a beast. Like if you ever see any video of Jeff Cobb, he'll put on a show. He normally doesn't get the stroke that he deserves because his ring skill, his mic skills aren't that great, but his ring skills are solid. They're sound. He's like a big man Kurt Angle is the best way to describe it.
So is there any favorite to win it this year?
Well, I think they haven't really explained, like obviously there's 4 blocks and there's going to be a winner of each respective block. Now they haven't explained if it's going to be like a fatal 4-way where all the head block winners go at it, or if it's going to be A and B block and then C and D block, and then those 2 respective winners go at it for the final. But there's kind of favorites in each block. Obviously, without looking at the A block, you have Kazuchika Okada, who's their ultra superstar in New Japan. He's the New Japan equivalent of John Cena, so he'd probably be the favorite for that block. Will Ospreay's in the D block, and he's the next AJ Styles in New Japan, so he's kind of a favorite in that. You have Jay White, the current heavyweight champion, in the B block. He's kind of a favorite for that one.
So you brought up Will Ospreay. He recently wrestled on AEW's pay-per-view against Orange Cassidy. I want to talk about Orange Cassidy for a second. Is he the worst booked wrestler in AEW? Like they can't
figure him out.
No,
he's an anomaly. Like they started him out as a joke with the fake kicks and putting his hands in his pockets, and that he's the guy that's just there, kind of the cool hand Luke that shows up and he's not impressed by anybody. And then all of a sudden, they did the whole Popeye gimmick where he would drink orange juice and then he'd come out full fucking, pardon my French, tilts. He'd come out and kick that guy's ass, and then he'd win the match, and then he'd go back to being the subtle dude.
Insulin boost, huh?
Yeah, he'd get an insulin boost or whatever. And then they've done this whole other angle where you hurt his friends, and then he hulks out in a match. Like he'll just go into a match hot, and he won't do any of that other gimmick, and then he'll beat that guy.
So he had the big match against Will Ospreay, which he lost.
It's one of the best matches of his career.
But they followed up. Wardlow just won the TNT title. It looks like they're about to push him to the moon. And in his first title defense, they put him up against Orange Cassidy, which the fans are all behind Orange Cassidy. They're booing Wardlow. And then Orange Cassidy takes the loss after the biggest match of his career.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
He put on a clinic with Will Ospreay because they were able to match each other's pace. Will is this, with him gaining weight. I think like he was a cruiserweight, and
Yeah.
he could do aerial stuff, he could do the gymnastics, he could do the flippy dippy stuff, and he put on like 40 pounds of muscle, so he could move up a weight class to the heavyweight division. And he kind of had some awkward moments when he did it. I mean, anybody is going to that way. Your whole routine, your whole base set is this gymnastic stuff. It's going to be hard for you to adapt to more of a shoot style of wrestling, which is more your heavyweight kind of style. But he did it well. And Orange Cassidy is great with counters. Like, he's just as equal as where Will was in that cruiserweight with his ability to counter moves.
Yeah.
To air back. Like, he has a very strong lucha background.
So I guess last year, Orange Cassidy main evented a AEW pay-per-view in a 3-way for the world title against Kenny Omega and Pac. I thought that was the time they should have put the world title on him. I feel like they missed the opportunity, and they're going to never be able to get him back to that spot.
People love him. People love the character. He's one of those characters that adapts well to kids because he's the easy-go-lucky, happy guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's never going to be a heel in my mind. So, you know, you got to give him a title. You got to give him a chance to get to that next level because he's one of these AEW established talents that didn't come over from the WWE. You know, So if you're going to do something with him, the time is now, because the problem is they're going to get another batch of WWE guys in less than 90 days.
Yeah, it's such a weird booking to Wardlow's first title defense against a super popular guy when they have a whole roster of guys who are underutilized.
Yeah, and my problem is that the way how Tony Khan books, the minute he gets a WWE toy, he uses that toy,
thing, yeah,
and he just goes heck crazy. He goes nuts with it, like the way how he's using Cesaro/Claudio right now.
Yeah,
he put him right then and there. And I never knew Cesaro as a technical wrestler. I don't really consider him he's a strong wrestler. He has an amazing core. He has superhuman strength for his size and his stature and his build. But putting him against Zack Sabre Jr., which is a technical wrestler, that was a missed opportunity for me. That should have been John Gresham.
Yeah. I think the original plan was to save Claudio for the Ring of Honor pay-per-view as a surprise opponent for John Gresham, but then with Danielson getting hurt, they needed a big replacement.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with Orange Cassidy, because the problem is you got to pull the trigger on him or you got to just throw him to the wayside. My problem is he's in this weird gray area where if you don't use him now, he'll probably go back to GCW.
Oh, we got Mr. Von Stugel in the chat. He says, Steve, keep it down. Danny requests that you tone it down, man.
I don't recognize fake dolls. That's cute. You got your action figures. You got your puppets. That's adorable. That's a part of that crack pack stuff. Go jump out of a dumpster. Have a good day.
So I want to share this campaign. Nicholas Gear is always in the chat whenever we go live. He has Relentless Tin Soldier in demand right now on Indiegogo. Chris, you're involved with this. You did a cover. Here it is right here.
Butte.
Yes, sir.
To share the link. And this is Nicholas' second campaign. He's already working on 3. He already mentioned the Rob Liefeld cover for 3. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely jump on that and jump on this one. So you're not playing catch up when volume 3 comes out. But yeah, this is I got the featured tier, all 3 covers.
This is a cool cover because if, like, just for my frame of reference, that Tin Soldier, the cover that you did, Chris, kind of has an Ed McGuinness vibe to it.
Oh, holy shit! Thanks, man. Yes,
just the muscular structure.
I
the way how the cover's laid out, it looks very much like an Ed McGuinness cover.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Just wanted that brooding.
Yeah, just a brute.
Yeah,
you know, he's getting ready to do something.
Yep.
Very cool. And that's one of 3 covers available. You also have this cover, and then you have Eric Ninotowski cover.
That's awesome. It's got that 90s X-Men vibe to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Little Colossus-y, cable-y.
Yeah.
Fastball special, yep.
Yeah.
Interiors look great. Oh, he's got little figures too.
Little Kishis too. Same So that's probably Eric Huffles because you got the Johnny Phantasm Kishi right there that he did
Yeah.
for PTP.
And the Pirate Queen. I'm jealous. I need to get in on this. And then the Shelby Robertson print.
Awesome.
Superman homage there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've said it before, Nicholas always gets like the coolest pinups and stuff done by guest artists of his characters. Like this stuff's fantastic.
That has a little Jim Lee vibe there.
For sure.
He has his own Final Boss variant cover as well.
Nice.
This was done by I believe Eric Ninotowski. This piece is nuts. This Cyberforce homage.
Look at the little pit there. You
Yeah.
got Fraga's character there, Rascal.
You got Black and White, She,
Yeah.
and then Relentless Tin Soldier.
Little
This is
CG
nuts.
family portrait.
So the inks for this, Peter Palmiotti did the inks and he sold it at a steal of a price, $125.
What?
Yeah.
For inks?
Uh-huh. I regret not knowing about it earlier, or I would have.
And Peter's a legend. Peter's a
Yeah.
legend, and he's the reason why I'm technically in the business for 23 years. So shout out to Peter.
Yeah, he's the man too. He's super supportive, that guy.
Yeah, great people.
So definitely check out Relentless Tin Soldier Book 2. You heard it here. Nicholas is already working on 3 with the Rob Liefeld cover. And we've talked about, possibilities of doing Relentless Tin Soldier, Blackout, and USAssassin team up. So
Nice.
And Nicholas has his own slam buddy coming out of the Relentless Tin Soldier. So you can recreate the team up when it happens in slam buddy form.
You can act it out. You can already have the slam buddies ready to go. So if you think that, you pick up a script book from Mark and you got the slam buddies.
There you go. You act it out.
Set the whole thing up.
You got your own toolkit for your own fan fiction.
Do a little play for your kids. Film it.
If Mark likes it, he might just literally grift it off there, and there you go.
Yeah.
There's the book.
Man, Sean, I just have an idea for Best Friends Theater. We'll have to reenact it with slam buddies.
But we should get our own made of like each other.
I've been thinking about doing a Deathmatch King slam buddy.
Okay.
Here you go, kids.
You're gonna have like little zombie things behind it.
Yeah, I'll get a zombie.
I still want to.
John would
ask
sue me if I got
why,
a zombie Malin.
why 6 a.m. made Cecil so greasy.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
like
know.
ultra greasy. That's like Astroglide. Like greasy.
All I know is I told 6 a.m. that I was thinking about doing Deathmatch King slam buddies, and he told me he would buy 3 of them. So, my biggest fan.
I don't know, man. He could be voodoo dolling those bad boys.
Could be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past him. All right, guys. So we got 20. I wanted to go to about 10 o'clock. Anything else you guys would like to discuss? The floor is yours.
Don't put that kind of pressure on us, Mark.
Oh, you know what we should talk about, Sean?
Type 1.
Yes.
Funny
Let
bring
me,
it
Type 1
up.
updates, news, things.
let me pull
How's
up
it going with the
mailing
diabetic
list.
community getting this book over?
It's going good. We got I got the original art that Marat Michaels did for the variant cover off the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation of Illinois
That's awesome.
for an December 10th auction. So hopefully we'll raise some money for some kids that can get insulin or any other sort of medical needs because it is expensive to live.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. It's working on pages. Dan Kemp still has some original pages that he's still working on. So it's kind of pushing me back, but for the best. Still have time to do some more promotion, get out there to more shows. Shout out to Bancroft for having me on Thursday night. Everybody's just showing mad love for it. I'm very, very thankful for it.
Let's watch the video, Sean.
Okay. Spelled Eric's name wrong.
Link in bio.
So yeah, by signing up, thank you for signing up for the mailing list. You'll be eligible to get a Mike McMahon Prism card if you do a whole secret tier thing. Also, a Phil McNulty variant only through by signing up. You'll be getting a link the night of relaunch. If Mark wouldn't mind sharing the screen, when you get a moment, please. This thing is fucking killer. Yeah, Phil killed this.
Phil's going to be the next big thing, Sean.
I feel in my heart he already is, but yeah, he's like, I did this piece for you, and it has it is just pure 90s aesthetic energy. He captured the vibes I'm going for personally, and just
a little Kirby Crackle energy on those gauntlets.
Love it.
Yeah, he really knocked it out apart. And the cool thing is he drew it to the size of what the book would be printed on, which kind of has some wheels in motion of maybe I could draw some pages that size just for time and all that, but it's going to be sent off to Dan in a couple of weeks to get colored. Really excited about this. The great thing about putting out the preview book was to show that that new creators can deliver on a timely basis, get the proven track record, get faith in people. Because I know with new guys, like, oh, we got a book. It's like, I don't know you, but I don't trust you. Well, I did too of the same thing, but whatever. That's nor here nor there.
No, and it was a fun preview book, dude. It's one of those things I was glad to buy and back.
Thank you. Yeah.
It was a unique cover. It's very old school, but you putting in the personal note and putting your autograph on it, and then even supplying the sketch like we got for 20-ish, 30-ish bucks. It was a fun little thing to support. It's a very 90s cover that Shelby did. That whole
colored.
Yeah, monochrome kind of like conch shell, like hollow chrome variant foil, but just to get an idea of what you're doing with the character, the way how the actual, the issue at hand, aside from him having the costume, it's not one of those placating things where it's like it's naturally in the book that he's also a diabetic.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, like, I got some great critiques and feedback. Like, my main thing is hitting the beats, like the story element, to see what he's going through, the setup. He's got to make some judgment calls while dealing with an issue of going low, of having a drop. And that went great as far as that aspect. And the artistic thing, people like, should try this. So I've been reworking some of the pages just because I feel I've improved over the past year and a half, just kind of grinding things out. And so you're going to see a little bit difference from what you got in the preview book to this. The first scene was a throwback to Rob Liefeld's Strike File 1, 2, and 3, which were essentially 2 to 3 page panels, splash page, double page splashes, just for excitement. I wanted to come in with a bang, and I think when Dan gets to coloring everything else, you're going to see the whole package is going to be very, very well done. And I got a preview of what the cover is right here.
Boom.
Yeah. So
Man, that looks great.
Yeah,
is this going to be on foil again too, Sean?
I'm still working things out. I've still got to look into pricing of who to go to, where to go to. I might do heroes, villains, and designs again, and maybe 3D Zach I just got to look into options to see what's the best bang for my buck.
But even aside from it not, man, the color on this already makes it look that way.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I enjoy when you get the options of picking a cover as a backer.
Yeah.
Like, I still go back to the 90s kid mentality set. Like, if I was going down a cover, like if I was going down like an aisle and they had all these books, what would catch my eye?
Yeah. Originally, this was going to be a mirror to Joe's Reaper Destroyer because we were going to do a whole art and stuff thing. And if you looked at Joe's ash can, the first cover that's been shown around forever, it was going to be like a face-off, Then he threw me under the bus and decided not to.
Do we have another match in line for the CGWF?
I think we did that already.
Little resentment that we need to work out?
No, but rightfully so, because he's got that double cover with him and
wraparound.
Yeah, and Kyle, and that's going to kick major ass. But you know what? We got Jersey in the back, Newark, New Jersey. You got to represent where you're from. A little Mayan Aztec lore at the bottom, just to kind of give you hints of what's going to be taking place.
Can you blow it up, Sean?
I could
Zoom in.
Yeah.
I want to see that finer detail.
This peak is going crazy.
There we go. So,
I'm gonna read
when
just that.
So when you got back back from Dan Camp, what were you thinking?
Oh, I was hard as a roll of quarters.
Roll of quarters, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. No, and he's really easy to work with as far as like notes and stuff. And I didn't really have to give him any, just maybe a few minor adjustments here and there for color changes, like on the special effects. But other than that, he just nailed it. He's like, yeah. And he said he had a really good time doing it. And I'm like, if you say so, you know.
He's super cool, man, and down the earth, man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's good people. And getting a compliment from Dale Keown, like saying that he dug my stuff and is very energetic. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I quit. You know?
Yeah.
No, that's supposed to motivate you to continue, Sean.
Yeah, I knew I was doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's supposed to inspire you. That's the fuel for your artistic furnace.
Yeah. And for the first 100 people that do back the campaign when we launch, this is going to be a metal card from Phoenix Animation. Joe's going to be doing one of the main variants on the campaign. He's going to be starting working on that in the next few weeks or so. And again, working on the book, working on the top, working everything out. Not sure when I'm launching. I'm in no rush. I just want to put out a great book, have a great lead time, and just kind of get the word out there. And so far so good. Thank you. Everybody spent hard-earned money on this so far. Just believing in this Reaper Destroyer and stuff all together. So both Joe and I, thank you, everyone.
How many pages is the book going to be shown?
It's going to be 42 as of now. I could do 45, add in an extra scene, like an epilogue, to introduce a new character named Dr. Mark. But yeah. So
I heard that there's another guy in it. There's a type 2 in it.
There will be a cameo from a certain reporter that we know.
Ron Raylan? John Malin's brother from an alternate dimension?
Who's gonna? Well, all right. So he's going to be showing off another character of mine from a different property that my cousin and I made up when we were like 15. So that'll probably get like a little introduction to that, So we'll have Steve in there.
So, Sean, have you decided yet? Is it going to be a stapled comic or a square bound?
It's going to be staple. I want to make a regular comic.
Yeah.
And then like for the trades, it'll be perfect bound. But I'm a comic guy. I love my trades, but I want floppy. Like after doing the preview books, I'm like, it just feels good, just how it is. So that's how I'm running with this.
Very cool.
Thank you. And I got Mark as my editor, who de-Jerseyfies it because the way I write, I'm dyslexic. I can't spell. I kind of write how I
I thought
talk.
it was going to be like a bunch of expletives.
Nah. Hey, you motherfucker.
Use.
Then he picked up this bleeping
guys. Hey, you guys, get out of Wawa. All right. I need my coffee.
So Sean writes just like he talks. So I understand Sean. So I just
so this is like a
I translate
Kevin
it.
Smith, J Muse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, for the best on my behalf, because the suit, the armor. All right. So if you ever watch Splash, with Daryl Hannah, the fish movie, you know how when Tom Hanks is like, "What's your name?" and it's like a sound. Well, that's what the technology of these armor-based beings are. So it's essentially me as a superhero. It's like I'm just gonna call you Armor, and for short arm, like and stuff are So Mark had to get that's the only hiccup I had to stay with Mark for. He's like, yeah, that's fine. And then everything else is just spelling checks and putting everything properly well. And it's great to work with your best friend because he knows me so well that he's like, all right. This is where you're going. I see what you're trying to do. Do this and see if you feel that way. And I'm like, fuck, you're right. So,
Well, I'm really proud of you, Sean. I was excited when you released the preview book, and I can't wait for you to release the full book.
Thank you. Yeah.
I can't remember. Did you say that? Are you out of the preview books? Because I know you said slide into DMs.
Oh, I gotta get back to you. I apologize. It's been kind of crazy house-wise, but I have 2 or 3 left. I'll send you one. Just shoot me your address, and it's been kind of hectic on the home front for the past few weeks, but
No worries, man.
I'll send you one. Yeah, no, you're good. And then just don't look at the art too shitty and be like, fuck this.
Nah, nah, man. I'm loving what I see right here.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? And like this is a huge jump from what's in the preview book, because again, like I've gone in redrawing some pages, redoing some stuff, because when you see your stuff in print for the first time, like not pinups aside or covers aside, it's like, okay, this would work better, and maybe it's my ego, or maybe it's I have
That's the
such
reason you put out an ash can in the first place, man, is to see what it looks like on print versus what it's done. It was a good, especially since this is your first outing out with the campaign, you can kind of see how people are going to receive it. You're going to see how people are going to respond to it. You're going to see the people who bought it respond to it, and you go, hey, if I want to do something different, you can just tweak it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's only natural, man. You're the more you do it, and the more you draw your own character, you're going to level up. You know, things are going to come more smooth and have more energy. It won't be as stiff in certain areas just because the way you're constantly doing it.
Right.
So it's only makes sense, man. This is badass.
Yeah, thank you. And again, you got to represent in Jersey, the proper way. So that's what we're doing here.
So I shared the link in the chat. If you haven't signed up for Type 1, do so now, and you'll get that Mike McMahon trading card, right?
Yeah, if you'll be eligible. I'm doing what you guys do. So if you sign up and buy the book or books through the secret tier link, you'll be able to. That's how you're eligible to get that, and
Getting the goodies.
And the Phil cover. But look, I'm stealing everything Joe's doing, and kind of doing that. I know I won't be as big as my guy, but I got a good group between Mark and the Reaper Destroyer chat that we have. We got some good stuff in line. So fun stuff.
Dude, you're passionate, man. It's fun.
Yeah, thank you.
You're telling a story that's
naturally
that's relatable to you and what goes on in your own life. And the times that I've talked to you about it too, Sean, you've talked about that this is a story aside from the issue of being a Type 1, that it's also like an uncle
nephew
story at its core.
Yeah. I've been an uncle since I was 17. I love my niece and nephew. They're adults now, so they go home, which is awesome. But I named the main character Thomas DeHart and Aaron after one of Mark's and I's good friend Aaron. His uncle Tom was the guy that got him into this geek lore, and was a semi-father figure to him. And he passed away from complications to Type 1. So I'm like, would you mind if I just did this, named it? And he was like, I would be honored. And when Tom's mom read the preview book, she cried because she's like, this is my son. I'm like, yeah, but no, that was kind of nice to know that now that they're invested in that and getting their blessing. So it's just kind of trying to make something good for everybody
and making a positive character that's related to a community that sometimes doesn't get, you're just naturally representing a character. So, Type 1 kids can feel they can be a superhero, and that's a good message to send, regardless of who's sending it and where it's coming from. Sometimes they got to be reminded that they can do good things and they can do amazing things.
And from the parents as well, that have purchased the preview book, I got messages that they got their kids to want to be creators, or to be drawing, YouTubing. I guess that's creating too, and especially like when we got our bad days of our yo-yos of going up and down, like there's days where I can't get out of bed, my neuropathy is killing me. So I just created this when I was a kid, took the best of many different stuff and brought it out there. So I'm just creating the book that I wanted when I was 15 years old. So, so far so good. And, between the CG, the comics community and the diabetic community, so far we're
being well received because it's coming from the right place. You're doing everything the right way, dude.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to sell you diabetes, so I'm not trying to.
Wait, let's take the mask off. It's secretly Wilford Brimley behind it.
Oh, that's a variant for the third edition of the preview book that I'm going to put out.
So the main big bad of Type 1 is Wilford Brimley.
And oatmeal.
Well, it looks great, Sean. You've really leveled up with your artwork.
Thank you, brother.
Agent Cub wants to know, how old are you now?
Still a
19,
bear.
20?
Yeah. I'll be returning 21 in September.
It's Benjamin Buttoness.
Yeah,
He hit it. He didn't go all the way. He hit a certain age, and now he's going back.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I want to share. USAssassin one last time, if I can. Well, we're closing in about 5 hours, guys.
Well, we're not staying up to 3.
I'm not.
This is closeout etiquette.
The Deathmatch King still's got a day job, kids.
Yeah, Deathmatch King has a day job, and Chris put the Deathmatch King through a workout this morning that he still hasn't recovered from.
I warned you.
So, USAssassin versus Graveyeard Shift Ultimate Edition. About says 7 hours. I haven't refreshed in a while.
Your backer count's not right, dude. I'm 162.
Well, they don't count. People have like refunded.
Okay.
So 9 people have refunded.
You cheap
You
bastards.
son of a.
Yeah.
It says 6 hours. About 5 hours left before it goes in demand. This is my favorite book I've done. I mean, it's why I have the tattoo.
Oh, let me see it.
All right, let's
Whip it out.
Hey-o.
How can I get this? There we go. So
Mark can't stand up. He's in his underwear.
There we go.
Challenge accepted.
Hey. Is that
But
a pastrami, or are you just happy to see us?
I always wanted a. All right, I gotta. I always wanted a tattoo. I didn't know what to get, but I thought that. Thank you, Agent Cub. Once Mike drew this logo, I thought it was like so iconic, and I was like, "Oh, that's what it's going to be when I finally get one." So I had it done. Reflections of the Soul in Atco, New Jersey. I went to high school with the owner, and he did the tattoo. So really awesome. And
Has it started to itch yet? Because I asked you, and you ghosted me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
He does that shit.
I know.
Come on. The Deathmatch King has a lot going on, guys.
Yeah.
Especially this point in his life. But no, it itched for a while. It itched when so I had to get part of my arm shaved for this, and when the hair started growing back is when it started itching.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
I'm a neck down type of guy, so I know the vibes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got a different itch now. He's itching for more. Shit, no.
Yes.
He's itching for more tattoos now. So
Yeah.
is where we were going with
Chase recommended I get the haunted pizza slice logo for my next tattoo. So yeah, no, I love it. It's right now it's in the peeling phase. So once it heals up and is fully peeled, it'll be great. But back to the book. I love the book so much. I got the tattoo.
You had to commemorate because from what you were saying, this is one of the few times that Graveyeard Shift will be used in a crossover. So
yeah, I mean, so I wanted to also celebrate over $1 million in sales on Indiegogo through my 4 properties: Graveyeard Shift, USAssassin, Viking Wolf, and Sea Dog. A huge accomplishment, and it's made it possible for me to do other books and work with other creators, and I don't know. It's a huge milestone, and I wanted to commemorate it. So I got the tattoo, and this book is just, I mean, the reason I'm doing the Ultimate Edition is I love it so much. I want a hardcover edition of it. It's like playing with my own action figures. I got to face the USAssassin team versus the Graveyeard Shift team. I got to put the USAssassin characters in cool costumes. Their war gear, their Arctic gear. You know, one day, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get action figures, and all these different variants can come out. You know, I'll have to come up with deep sea USAssassin and space USAssassin and space bazooka dog.
And that's what's great about comics. It doesn't have to always be the same costume. We can evolve. We can change because we're creating our own toys, our own cartoons in our head, and It's all make believe, people.
Yeah,
It's not real.
No,
Whoa.
there's been 3
Make
volumes
believe.
of U.S. Assassin, and he's worn a different costume every volume.
And I would like to note that as being the first Graveyeard Shift and USAssassin fan, I put my stamp of approval onto this.
He still wants to know what happened to security guard Ahrendt.
Ensign Ahrendt, yeah, he's
Yeah.
Oh,
that first issue.
he's referenced in this.
he's in there,
Yeah. Project Ahrendt lives on.
Yes.
Oh, it's a project now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
See, Mark does the Lost thing where you think that character's gone and Sean's been asking these questions and only it's been taking him like 2+ years to go, oh, now it's Project Ahrendt. So now he's left you with the mystery that your character isn't a project and where is that character going to materialize?
Well, I
down the
learned
line?
from G.I. Joe when they would call back an issue 100 issues later. So I plant those seeds. And then I reveal them further down the line.
And with the toys, you're going to be able to get build a Sean Ahrendt pancreas out of them. So we're really excited for that.
Well, and it's great that he'll come in pieces because when the Atlantis Corporation blew up, so did Ensign Ahrendt. you can recreate
Build a
him.
figure, kids.
Yeah.
It's going to be piece by piece. You're going to have to buy the entire U.S. Assassin line, and eventually 500 figures later, you'll finally build Ensign Ahrendt.
Yep.
But we
I
also
keep
have
bringing it up to John. He's like, huh? What? Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? The G.I. Joe book? Yeah, okay, Mark, you can make it. Like, how did that go down when you were proposing it to John, Mark?
I just said I had an idea, and he was like, yeah, you can do it, but basically, I can never do it again.
Just once. Did he pull the Spider-Man like on Family Guy rule? Everybody gets one.
No, basically, he just says it's confusing for people.
So he didn't understand.
I don't. Even
I understood it and I read it.
No, I think he thinks it's confusing for people that Graveyeard Shift pops up in U.S. Assassin.
It's 80s cartoons. The crossovers never needed to make any sense.
Well,
whatsoever.
I mean, I just like it's like the 90s crossovers where Batman and Spawn teamed up.
You
but
had
it was
Batman
never...
fight the Predator.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
never referenced it after that.
Yeah, I mean,
You had
that's what it
RoboCop
was for
fight
me.
the Terminator.
Great
They
series.
never referenced it.
But yeah, no, I get what John's saying. So I got to do it once, and I have the rest of my universe to play with, so it's fine. We have an Ashkenda Volume 4. OC Steve makes an appearance in this, being trained by Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Nice.
If I survive or die, you have to hit 1 and call in for OC Steve to survive. 2 if you want to watch me die. I get the Jason Todd treatment.
So I haven't decided what I'm doing with Steel Force yet. It's either press 1 or 2. I haven't decided which button I'm pushing yet.
We're all dead.
Nicholas Gear says the best part of early Image is all the crossover between books.
Facts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The one thing I hated was though when Todd McFarlane retconned Chapel in Spawn.
Yeah.
Which,
But
if you didn't get the Graveyeard Shift 4 supplemental, that was a massive crossover, kids, that you're missing out on.
Yeah, yep. Great work by Phil Diaz and Tommy Patterson and Jimmy Reyes on that volume.
Solid supplemental.
Yeah.
And then the add-ons, we have the U.S. Assassin Slam Buddy and all my in-stock previous work, Graveyeard Shift, Sea Dog, U.S. Assassin, Viking Wolf, the Rivals retailer exclusive cover featuring Viking Wolf. That's a big seller, only $10 for the Rivals cover. And that's it. That's about it, guys. 5 hours left. Book's going to print right away. So before we wrap this up, OC Steve, where can people find you at? Anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, you can find me on Well Read. I've been doing some stuff with him, but more importantly, in the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing my own show.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
So I've been a co-host for a while, had a cup of coffee with the Ott and Stuff guys, and have done some stuff with Joe, was with Lord Crackhead with Monday Night Mayhem, but I just feel that this is the next step. I've been a co-host for a lot of other shows, and I kind of have my own ideas, been working on a format, And I feel that it's about time to take that next step just in this community. And hopefully the one thing I want to do is have a lot of the West Coast Comicsgate guys involved with the show. Because there's there is a contingent of us that are around, and I think it would be fun to just kind of put our own spin on this and create that West Side, not the West Coast Avengers, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants to deal with the West Coast Avengers, but just to have a fun show with guys that are kind of in the same time zone.
And as the first member of the Pod Gods Dojo, you're probably popping up more often on the Pod Gods with me and Cowboy Phil.
Be your
Or
New
more
Japan
so than Phil.
correspondent.
Cowboy Phil got the invite, and he couldn't make it today, even though he said he was going to try. Cowboy Phil. Sean, where can people find you at?
Art and stuff with Joe M. Sontag, Back Reaper Destroyer. Get that Destroyer tier. It's well worth your money. Joe's got a bunch of great stuff. Yeah, in the pipeline to come out. So you'll be saving money on buying this.
You're getting a statue that they just announced.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that.
I was fucking sick.
You're getting a Dale Keown cover.
Mm-hmm. And a line variant or sketch cover, however they call it. I don't know the proper words. I don't want to misrepresent it. But Joe's got a lot of great stuff in store for you with that. Sign up for Type 1 on Indiegogo. We are gunning away. We're making a fun 80s and 90s action adventure, similar cartoon comic book. Art and stuff on Fridays. Akaba, appreciating comic book art with Joe on Tuesdays. And then
you're just having a Freudian slip.
Yeah, I was like,
well, okay. Here's a quick throwback.
Weeb, Sean.
Here's a throwback. There's a place in Patterson, New Jersey called the Akbar Hall, and like we had frats and sororities in high school. I know it was weird, but one of the sororities had a Christmas party and it was at the Akbar Hall. So, how Joe named the show, I'm like Akbar. So that's just that. But we're shooting for maybe Thursday. It all depends on everybody's schedule. It's been crazy on the real life front recently about doing my own channels, doing my own show, which is going to be what Joe does for comics, but me for animation. And I'm going to do comics on myself because this is a free world. Hail America. And Sean Ahrendt, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Best Friend Show with Mark when we do that. And I think that's it. I don't know. I
think you covered everything. Chris Graves, where can people find you at?
Just Chris Graves Art on Instagram, Facebook, and the Graves site on Twitter. No projects I can speak of right yet, but down the line for sure.
Hopefully Universal's in 2023.
Yes.
If not, Chris, you and I were going to make a road trip down to Mexico and rescue that hard drive.
I almost want to be a part of this, to be the film documentarian.
Oh my God, that would be great.
And then
Chris,
you could just like Blair Witch me, like OCC died while filming this to bring you this footage.
We had to trade you for the hard drive.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The Federales confused me for Kevin Smith, so you just shoved me in front of them and ran across the border.
Oh my God.
Chris and I, we've talked about doing a YouTube workout show, possibly with Matt Dalton. Although
Geeks,
I don't know if Matt Dalton's going to be able to join us. But hopefully, fingers crossed. But Sean just ran off. Is he coming back? Because I was about to wrap this up. What's going on, Sean?
I found this.
Oh.
By Geeks at the Beach. It's a show I threw with our friend Heather Reed back in 2019. We were supposed to do a 2020, but we got hit by Bud Ice, and she's got stuff going on, so not looking pretty good until 2024, unfortunately, but we'll be back eventually.
There you go, kids.
Nice, man.
For the Fans Fest might take longer to happen than Geeks at the Beach, so if you need to get that fixed, you know where to go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And Nicholas Gear, if we need backup, we'll pick him up in Texas.
Dude, this is going to be like an Ocean's 11 level operation to get this hard drive.
Well, Chris and I will pick up Sean first in Delaware, then we'll drive down to Texas.
I'm in Southern California. I'm like less than an hour and a half away from the Mexican border. I can meet you down
pick
there.
you up at the border.
Sounds like a fucking plan.
Yeah.
The U.S. border agents are like, why is Kevin Smith at the border?
Just start crying. Be like, He-Man, let him go.
Yeah, it's Kevin Smith. Lo siento, Kevin Smith, please.
But thank you guys for joining me on the U.S. Assassin Closeout. Thanks to the chat for joining us. He's got 5 more hours to back the book. The hardcover, I think, is going to be one of the rarest, if not the rarest, U.S. Assassin books. So I don't think we're going to ever offer it again or reprint it. So get it now while you can. And thank you guys. And Phil and I guess, will be back on Wednesday for La Pod Nuts. We'll see you then.
Awesome.